while Ian's reading, I'll tell a little story because I'm known for telling little stories, sort of. So I went on a motorcycle race this, like, 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah. He's like, go on.
So my brothers, David and Jim Pearson, are
you do yourself an injury.
Yeah.
world level off-road dirt riders. So they ride KTMs, they ride 450s.
The like tracking bikes?
No, the off-road.
Or the camping ones?
The dirt ones.
Yeah.
Like all dirt, all
yeah.
plastic. Yeah. So we went to the Baja race, and I thought we were going down to do the Baja race that we've done before, which is where there's 1,000 participants.
Is that like over a course of like a really big...
You're on a track, and there's a lot of audience participation. But no, we went to a special invite-only race that my brothers were invited to that was called the Baja Rally, which I think Ian's going to find quite interesting because it was run like an old rally from like with cars.
50.
Now, I told Lily I had the map, but I've left it at a friend's house. I will find it. So what they had on their motorcycles were a GPS, a scrolling paper map.
Yes.
Okay, a scrolling paper map. And they did that for 5 days in a row. So we would get up at 3:30 or 4 a.m. to get them geared and ready to go. The Gatorade, the football milk is what made me think of it, is because we have to pack them with camel packs to make sure they had enough liquid. And my one brother always uses Gatorade, and my other brother always swears by Pedialyte, which is baby electrolyte stuff.
Yeah, it's full of like protein, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're in the Baja, and I have some pictures I'll show later, maybe the next time I talk about it. But they were that's very much what the rally map looked like. So 5 days. In the middle of nowhere, like nowhere. And these guys are not on trail. They're on GPS coordinates.
I've heard about this. There's a friend of mine in Vancouver who does these.
Yeah, they just have to turn like left at the cactus and then right at the mountain and then left at the cactus. They have no idea. So it becomes a little bit of a game of who's a good navigator, who's fast on the bike. If they double up, right? Sometimes the fast riders would double up with the good navigators. And so on and so on. So as it goes on, and this was the funny part, there's lots of funny stuff, but my brothers finished very well. My brother David finished second in his class with a torn cornea and 3 broken ribs. And my brother Jim placed in 4th, which was just below my brother David, with 2 broken ribs. But he finished behind because he spent an hour and a half helping another competitor get his bike going. Nice. So that was super cool. But the funniest part of all is my brother Jim, before the race, had fallen at a different race and had broken his wrist quite badly and it had pins put in it. And he had recovered and he'd been really working hard on his range of motion. And this had become his new exercise. He was doing this like everywhere, all the time, every day. And I finally came to visit me, and I'm like, you know what that means, right? Like, that you're actually saying something when you do that. Like, that's Sanskrit, and it says namaste, right? It says, my soul embraces your soul. Yeah. And I said, so when you do that, you might as well know what that means. So we get to this race. There's people from all over the world. There's people from Africa. There's people from Germany. There's only 50 riders. It's invite only. Only 34 finished, I think. So it's people were helicoptered out broken. Like that's the kind of race that it was.
Those are very, very tough races.
Very, very.
They're very amazing to watch because if you can find like not GPS, like dash cam footage of those races, they looked really just weird because it's like you see all these bikes start together and then they just kind of like slowly fall apart as you get further into like the desert or wherever you're doing it. Like mountain range ones are really crazy. Yeah. So
I don't know if I can do it in the dress, but I'm not really that good in the dress. But my brother Jim has a morning routine that he always does on his motorcycle because they're big bikes, right? So he does this funny little stretch thing and he rides his bike around and he leans this way and he leans this way and he does all this crazy yoga stuff on his motorcycle. And I know he does that and he's always done that to get warmed up. And then when they're in line waiting to be staged, like to go, right? So they're timed. He's standing in line doing this on his motorcycle, stretching out his wrist because his wrist is broken. First day he does it. Second day I notice there's other guys copying him. And they're doing his little morning routine, stretchy, you know, thing. And then they're standing in line doing namaste. And then the guys who don't speak English, that are from all over the world, are also all standing in line now. Everybody is doing this move. Because they think it's something, because like Jim's well known as a really good rider, so they think it's some secret magic that he's got, right? So I don't say anything. I don't say anything until we're done. We're driving back. We're driving up through the desert.
Did you get a photo?
We went through Tucson, and I said to Jim, I said, oh, the next time you go to Raleigh, you better look and see how many people have copied your move, man.
That could spread pretty far.
I think it could spread really far. Oh, it was so funny.
It's kind of in the spirit of Namaste, which is supposed to be like the divine in me recognizes the divine in you, and they're like, they're transferring a thing just because they think it's like a secret technique, but that's like, that's communication, that's great.
I was loving it. Like every day I was like, there's 2 people doing it. Oh, there's 5 people doing it. Oh, there's 8 people doing it.
Well,